Hey everyone, welcome to another video by Simplilearn. In this video, we will be discussing about Raspberry Pi projects. The Raspberry Pi has a wide range of uses. The microcomputer has grown to accomplish many odd activities in addition to many standard tasks. Raspberry Pi was created with the intent of allowing people to play with the circuit board and to aid in the development of new computing skills. The internet is huge amount of information about the Raspberry Pi's various applications and projects, as well as recommendations on how to execute them. We will go over a few projects that demonstrate the microcomputer's wide range of capabilities. This video will show you the most popular and useful projects. But before we begin, make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and clicked on the bell icon so you never miss an update from Simplilearn. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first project is web server. The Raspberry Pi serves as a web server for multiple users. There are numerous web server packages to choose from. However, in the most circumstances, the Raspberry Pi's performance is insufficient for reliably hosting large amount of dynamic online content. Instead, the mini computer is significantly better suited for local testing environment. Simple static websites with low visitor counts, on the other hand, might be hosted on Raspberry Pi server. Scanner server. Setting up your Raspberry Pi as a scanner server using Sane is a terrific way to bring your old scanner up to date. Instead of purchasing a Wi-Fi capable scanner, you can use a device like Raspberry Pi Zero to provide that capabilities. Scanner Access Now Easy is the acronym for SANE. This program serves as a standardized method of gaining access to the scanners. Xbox Cloud Gaming on Raspberry Pi. Microsoft's Xbox Cloud Gaming service allows you to stream various video games from their servers to another device. In this project, we will be streaming these games from the Xbox Cloud Gaming service to the Raspberry Pi. Using the Chromium web browser, you can broadcast Xbox Cloud Gaming to your Raspberry Pi in a reasonably simple manner. This project will even show you how to turn your Raspberry Pi into pure Xbox Cloud Gaming machine. The Xbox Cloud Gaming service isn't the only game streaming option for your Raspberry Pi. You can also broadcast games to use Pi using Google's gaming service. Game console. We can turn your Raspberry Pi into a retro gaming console. Also, we can now simulate practically any classic game from 1970s to the 1990s using this little computer. RetroPie, a piece of software that solves all of your emulation needs, is now available. It's a simple piece of software to set up, and it also offers a user-friendly interface. You may now play old games with RetroPie. You can use any Raspberry Pi model for this project. However, the Raspberry Pi 4 model, such as the Raspberry Pi model 4B, that is 4GB, is strongly recommended. Remote Control 3D Printer. Octoprint, which is one of the most well-known 3D printing program, can also be used on Raspberry Pi. This software lets you collect statistics and even monitor your 3D printer from afar. You can now control your 3D printer remotely rather than using an SD card. Aside from that, you can connect a webcam to your 3D printer to monitor the progress of your printing. You will need a Wi-Fi adapter like the model TL-WN725N to make your 3D printer work, because you will need to connect it to the internet. Language Translator. This project necessitates some coding and programming experience. We can utilize the Google Translate library or any other Python translating tool to make this project much easier. You will need to know how to set up text-to-speech, speech recognition, translation APIs, and so on because this project has many layers. Overall, it's still a worthwhile project that you can do with your Raspberry Pi and add to your achievements of Raspberry Pi projects. Security camera. You may have observed that different Raspberry Pi models are compatible with different camera modules. The Raspberry Pi 8 megapixel camera module, for example, is only compatible with Raspberry Pi 1, 2, and 3 versions. You may now make your own security camera for your home with this camera module. Another advantage of this project is that you can add whatever other features you like. For example, we can access video feeds from afar and have them immediately uploaded to a server for backup. A number of package or library prerequisites are already available on the internet. On your Raspberry Pi, you can simply download or alter it. Wi-Fi Extender. A Wi-Fi extender is another simple project. It's a low-cost and effective solution to increase Wi-Fi range. If you have a bad Wi-Fi signal in your garden or even your room, you may utilize your Raspberry Pi to boost your signal. It's an excellent substitute for a commercial Wi-Fi repeater. Furthermore, because this is a DIY project, you can always alter it and add new features. Because this job has already been completed by many people, you can just search the internet for the finest and most convenient way to complete it. Running Android TV on Raspberry Pi. Android TV is a specialized version of Google's famous mobile operating system. It has a revised interface that better accommodates the horizontal nature of television screens. Because the operating system is better suited to wide horizontal screens and remote controls, it's the best option for connecting the Pi to your TV. The Google Play Store also gives you access to many downloadable apps. The most significant difficulty with running Android TV on a Raspberry Pi right now is that builds lack hardware video decoding and encoding capabilities. The Pi 4 Module P, Pi 400, and the Compute Module 4 are the only devices that can run Android TV. Running Zoom on the Raspberry Pi. We can utilize the feature to set up meetings so that people can readily connect with you. The individual hosting the meeting, on the other hand, will need their own Zoom account. The person who creates the meeting has the authority to determine who is allowed to speak and share resources such as the computer screen. With the free plan, you can connect up to 100 additional individuals for a total of 40 minutes. Because the Raspberry Pi does not contain any ARM binaries, it is difficult to run Zoom on it. We will use a handy piece of software called Box86 to get around this. Box86 is an emulation program that transforms 86 instructions to ARM instruction set, which the Raspberry Pi recognizes. Raspberry Pi Bluetooth speakers. You may greatly expand the capabilities of your Raspberry Pi by connecting it to a set of speakers. This project gives you the opportunity to stream audio directly to any vintage speakers or hi-fi system, making them more modern. We can add support for Apple, AirPlay, Spotify, Connect, and synchronize multiple room audio to Raspberry Pi in addition to Bluetooth audio. We are going to utilize a ballerina image named ballerina sound to bring all of these extra capabilities to our Raspberry Pi. This instruction from ballerina greatly simplifies the setup process and should lessen the chances of making mistakes. Home Assistant using Raspberry Pi. Home Assistant is an open source home automation program that was created using Raspberry Pi based devices. The software was created with the goal of protecting your privacy and retaining control in the hands of the user. You can monitor the status of all of your devices in your house with the Home Assistant. You can even automate your interactions with them. We can program Home Assistant to turn on all of the lights automatically when it gets dark and you're at home. When you cast a movie on your Chromecast, You can even program it to dim the lights in your living room. Raspberry Pi is an excellent platform for home automation. It's compact, inexpensive, has many networking functions, and consumes little power.
If getting your learning started is half the battle, what if you could do that for free? Visit SkillUp by Simplilearn. Click on the link in the description to know more.
Minecraft using Raspberry Pi. For this project, we need to install a custom version of Minecraft designed just for Raspberry Pi. Minecraft Pi Edition is the name of this version of Minecraft. This version of Minecraft is much older than the current version. It does, however, have an advantage. It is entirely free. Additionally, this version of Minecraft includes a Python library for interacting with the game environment. So with that, we have reached the end of this video. Thank you so much for being here. Keep learning and stay tuned to Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.